Yo, how's it going today, guys? Really quick, just wanted to thank everyone who's been watching and subscribing. I'm trying to upload more consistently now that a lot of fighting games are coming out, and I've been having a lot of fun with them. And college is almost on winter break, so I have a lot more time to start working on videos. So in today's video, I just wanted to talk about my wish list for DLC characters in Season 3 for Strive, as well as some quality of life updates, which is honestly only really one. And then I'm going to talk about my actual predictions. Because UFA is this weekend and the character is supposed to come out in December, unless I missed something and like they got pushed back. But I think the character is supposed to come with the patch. So we really don't have that many tournaments and like stuff unless they do like a random reveal, kind of like Sin on IGN. But I feel like UFA is gonna showcase this character, like the trailer is gonna be in the top 8, or maybe like DreamHack Atlanta is in like the very first week of December, so maybe also there because there's like a Strive tournament going on. So starting off, before I really get into my predictions and my wish list, I just want to like analyze some data from previous DLC passes and the character polls from season 2. Just for clarification, I am looking at some of the gender ratios in the DLC passes, just to you have more data when making my predictions. So looking at the very first pass, we have an equal representation of both male and female characters, and obviously Testament is non-binary. Happy Chaos might also be, I'm not really sure what they are, but then in the season pass 2, we actually have 3 males, if you include Bedman, because he used to be an Xrd, or 2 in a robot thing. And then we also have 1 female who is Bridget. So I'll go into why I think this is important later, but for now on, I just want to quickly look at the character pool. So out of all the characters that were highly wanted, only 2 characters managed to get added in the season 2 pass that were in the top 3 for any of the regions, which are Bridget and Asuka, who were both in the top 3, but only in Japan. Also, Johnny was in every top 3 for every region besides Japan, and as we've already know, he's the first character on the season 3 pass. Now, looking at the season 3 poll, we can see a lot has changed, but certain characters still remain very wanted. These characters being A.B.A, Elfelt, Slayer, and Dizzy being the most requested out of the bunch, with characters such as Jam and Robo Kai slightly behind. So now going back to the gender ratio thing I was talking about in the previous DLC passes, which is probably really random and irrelevant for most of you guys watching or like wondering what I'm talking about. You can see that in the last season, there were 3 dudes. And a lot of the most requested characters are females for this season. Obviously, there is no way to know if that was just a coincidence or just randomly happened for the season 2 pass. But after all the DLC characters are revealed for season 3, that could in fact be a certain way they were just doing the DLC. Yeah, so once again, the reason I point this out is just because a lot of the most characters such as A.B.A, Alpha, and Dizzy are all female, with the exception of Slayer. So now that I've analyzed all this stuff in a very basic way, I think it's now time to talk about both my wish list and my predictions for the season 3 DLC pass. So for anyone who knows me or have randomly seen one of my tweets back in season 2 of Strive, I am a huge advocate of Dizzy being added to Strive, and she's the character I've been waiting for 3 years now. I think her concept as a character is just sick. The whole angel, demon, fire, and ice thing going on, for me, it's just really one of the coolest designs in a fighting game, period. We saw her at the end of one of the stories in her dress, like walking up the Kai, which I would really love to see that become her main outfit in Strive. Her traditional outfit is still really neat, but I just think the dress really fits her more. My reasoning for her being the number 1 character that I want added, besides like her concept and looks, is that she's just a very interesting character gameplay wise. She has insane mobility of 2 air dashes that she had in Xrd, which the only character in Strive that has 2 air dashes is Milia. She has incredible screen control. She's just a very complex and fun character who has a lot of mix-ups, good Oki pressure, long range buttons, and fast movement speed, which allowed her to mix up and start going for throws during her pressure. Just an overall personal fan favorite Guilty Gear character that I would love to see how they reimagined her for Strive. So my second character on my wish list is Jam. Let me find her. So I just think she would be really entertaining in this game. Take that as a positive or a negative as you wish. Her mechanic in Xrd was unique. She's very high damage and rushdown character, which honestly Strive is not lacking of. But I feel like she would be really fun to watch pros or just play as myself and just like explode people's health bars with her if they keep her high damage. Yeah, I feel like she would just be a really fun addition to the game. So my final character that I would like to see get added in the Strive is Elphelt. Let me find her real quick. So the thing about Elphelt is she's very similar to Happy Chaos in the sense that she is a gun user who could zone people out and be very obnoxious. I would love to see Elphelt get a rework, kind of like how Ram or Jacko had it. And instead of maybe like long range zoning, she's more of like a mix up / close range character or something. Like they could do something. I just really hope they kind of like take out the zoning aspect and just make the character really fun up close. Because I feel like we already have that role provided by Happy Chaos, and honestly, we really don't need two of them. If they do decide to keep her zoning, honestly, bro, just fuck it, make her really busted. I don't even care at this point, bro, because I just want to deal with it. So at least I could use her to be Happy Chaos. Now on to my actual predictions. I do think Dizzy has a very high chance of being added to the game, or Mycopium just might be way too much lately. I will say though, if she isn't added in the second DLC slot, I have a bad feeling that she just won't be added into the season pass, and she might make a appearance in season 4 if that even becomes a thing in the future. So my second prediction is A.B.A. Based off the character pool, a lot of regions and people just seem to really want her into the game. And if we look at both the previous passes, the first one had Testament, which is a character from Accent Core. So if I keep in mind that the passes might have some sort of philosophy and pattern to them, I really think A.B.A. or another character from Accent Core might be added. I'm not really a big fan of the character myself, but if they kind of do it like Bridget, where she gets like a whole redesign, I can see myself liking her and won't be too disappointed. Let me find her in the thing real quick. So my last character on my prediction is Elphelt. Let me find her real quick. I know this is basically the same thing as my wish list, besides A.B.A. replacing Jam, but Elphelt is just insanely popular, and her design is just cool. Everyone seems to love her. Has a really big fan base on Twitter. And characters I could see replacing Dizzy if Dizzy is in the second slot is characters like Slayer, if I could find them. I know Slayer is really popular, but we already have Naga, who's like the whole vampire thing, so they might add him. Honestly, Robo Kai, like I wasn't expecting him to get that many votes in the poll. I don't even know where he is on this, to be honest. Here he is. I feel like he could also be another wild card. Or he could honestly take A.B.A. space because he's also an Accent Core character. And then I have a weird feeling that Venom is going to be added to the game. And just like 2 more wild cards. So Gold Lewis and Asuka, obviously Gold Lewis in Pass 1, Asuka in Pass 2. There were new characters in the story mode, and obviously they made an appearance in the pass. So if we go with that philosophy, a new character might be in the season pass. And the characters I could see being it are, I think his name's Gabriel. I don't know. Him maybe. I forget what this dude's name is, but he's one of the kings. And maybe the president. I can't really see anyone else being added, or I don't remember anyone else from the story mode. Like this assistant right here, I don't think she would be added, but who knows? And I don't know where the president is, but yeah, like these are like some, yeah, like if they're gonna be a new addition, probably one of these 3. So now, with that being said, let me just move Dizzy down the actual predicted lineup. I think this is the order that they're going to come out in. And yeah, this wraps it up. So now, real quick, for the quality of life addition I would love to see in the game is frame data and training mode. Games such as Street Fighter 6, Mortal Kombat 1, and even Auto Showdown and Indie Game has these features. So with that being said, I hope you all enjoy the video. I'm trying to put more effort now that I have more time into these videos and actually do like consistent uploads, maybe like 2 or 3 videos a week. Especially when Grand Blue comes out, I'm gonna go really hard on the launch week, and I'm gonna make a couple videos for Nair. So if you guys want to be updated, you can follow my Sekiro Twitter. I honestly only post when I upload a video on that account. The other Twitter that I have linked is Sekiro backwards, like that's the ad. I don't want to say the backwards name, but all I really do is just post random stuff like clips, random stuff I'm thinking about, art retweets, you know, the usual stuff that people do on Twitter. So if you want to follow there, go ahead. If not, thank you all for watching and have a nice day.